I have a question here from YouTube user simplydeep1985. This is just going to be a quick video. These questions seem quick enough. I can just do it on the fly like this because I'm actually in the middle of writing out or scripting out a rather long video in regards to everything that's going on as of late in this country. Police in general and the state of police, as well as just police with black people and then black men specifically. So hopefully I can get that out this weekend. So yeah, but right now this one seems simple enough, so let me just answer it real quick. And he asked, simplydeep1985, can I have your opinion on something? What is your take on movies that portray men to be the butt of all jokes or being put in humiliating situations? For example, The Full Monty, Johnson Family Vacation, the hot tub scene, Who's Your Caddy, the bathroom scene, and WWF Attitude Era, the Vince McMahon and Tori Wilson situation. Besides putting us in dresses, I mean humiliation. Besides putting us in dresses, I mean humiliation that will leave a victim of either a practical joke or sexual mind game that will strip. I'm reading this word for word. That will strip you out of your dignity. Another question: what is your opinion on actors and actresses that do? And that's where it cut off. Not sure if there's more to that, but it just says do, and there's no way to go down. I'm guessing, what is your opinion on actors and actresses that do that? Okay. Let's take these questions in order here. What are movies that portray men to be the butt of all jokes? What is your well, number one, I don't watch them. I mean, I haven't watched movies like that in a while. I haven't watched movies period in a while. Movies I do watch are usually on Netflix, and it's usually either like action movies like Hong Kong martial art action movies, documentaries, all the raw food type documentaries and stuff like that. I'm also watching like Marco Polo and shit like that. And stuff like that. But as far as these kind of movies, number one, I don't watch them. Just that simple. That's one of the best ways to get rid of their power is to stop watching them. Next thing would be to not associate with people that do watch them. The biggest example of this is that Medea stuff by Tyler Perry. I don't watch that shit, and I don't hang around or associate with anybody that does, and I try to as little as possible. Sometimes it might not be avoidable, but yeah. Situations. Well, the second part that actually goes into the next question, or the last question, kind of goes back into this question, so I will have to retie it in. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's to be expected in today's day and age. I mean, look at how feminized the world is getting, or at least the Western world. So this is to be expected. This is also another reason why I haven't had a TV in a while, until just recently. My girl, she decided to go on a whim buy a big ass 65-inch screen TV, so that's in the room. I only play video games on it or watch Netflix on it, as opposed to my screen here, which is like 27.5 inches at Hans G. But yeah, she wants to get cable in here. I will not be watching cable. I've gone over 10 years without watching TV, and I don't plan on stopping now. But I do have a PS2, and I do like to play the older games every now and then. So that's that. I haven't seen much of these movies. Full Monty, Family Vacation, and I haven't watched WWE since like early 2000s. Yeah. Like, I stopped watching a little before Brock Lesnar first left. So yeah. Um, Besides putting men in dresses, another question: what is your opinion of actors and actresses that do? Okay. Well, as far as the actress is, it doesn't surprise me that they're okay with this. As far as the actors, as in the male actors, the producers, directors, writers, whatever. As far as the writers and stuff, you could say that okay, they're a bunch of pussy with like mangina, whatever the hell, white knighting, whatever. Okay. The other thing is that it's just money, fucking money. I mean, in today's feminized world, you have guys that are growing up believing that that should be the standard and should be what is expected is for men to be feminized or effeminate, whatever. Okay, you have women believing that, yay, that's great. Okay, of course they don't believe that when they're older though, and then by then it's too late. Uh, and then it's money, which now remember when I said tying back into stuff, whatever, whatever. This goes back to that whole Tyler Perry business. Now, it's money. Women are the biggest consumers, so you pander to them, and women want to see everything feminized. And women as a whole, if not each individual one. Okay. So there's that. But yeah, it's pretty much money. I'm not sure. You Simply Deep 1985. I don't know if you're black, white, whatever, but not trying to bring race into this, but as far as white people go, well, hell, you all control everything, or white people as a group control damn near everything, so you all can change that on a whim. Black people, not so much, which also makes me even get on Tyler Perry's ass more because he owns his own shit. Like he owns his own, I believe, studios and production and stuff. He doesn't do Hollywood, okay? So he can do his own stuff, and yet he keeps pumping out movie after movie of his ass in a dress, you know. Then you also have Hollywood putting pretty much every single black dude. Like, I mean, Dave Chappelle even talked about this, and I'll link to it. Um, I'll have a link in the description. Dave Chappelle even talked about it. Like, why the hell are all of our black men in dresses? You know, I'm probably the only black man in Hollywood that I have not seen in a dress or heard, yeah, seen in a dress or seen in some effeminate stuff, makeup or whatever the hell, is Denzel Washington. That's it. Any other black male actor of consequence, they have managed to get them in dresses. Now this goes off into a whole bunch of other stuff that's far beyond the scope of this video as to why they're doing that. There's a lot of stuff in that probably most people watching this video aren't even ready for. Um, but on the surface, men as a whole, it's money. They could care less how it makes men look and boys looking at this growing up, much less men already there, already grown up and having to deal with this shit. They could care less as long as they get their money, and women are giving them their money. It's a majority, if not 100% women. I don't even think, honestly, I don't even think gay men are watching Tyler Perry shit of him in drag and all this shit. I think it's pretty much just women, and especially straight women, supposedly real or supposed straight women. So that's one thing. Um, yeah, the men that do this is, I'm like, how many movies have you done before you got this role of being in a fucking dress? I mean, what did you do with your money while you needed the money to do, while you needed the money while you had to do this role? You know? I mean, were you that strapped for cash that you couldn't have been like, you know what, I got enough money, or you know what, I'm gonna go get some money other ways. I'm not going in a fucking dress. That's why I have to applaud Dave Chappelle. because they tried to put his ass in a dress, and he said, "Yeah, nah, no, I'm not doing that." Like, why the fuck are all of our black stars, all of our black supposedly strong men, you know, in fucking dresses? Like, what the fuck? No, no, I'm not doing that. Interestingly enough, now you're not really seeing him too much anymore. In fact, you don't see him anymore. But you know what? He said, "All right, thank you. You know what? I got my money. I'm gonna go enjoy my money, but I'm gonna keep my dignity and keep my spine and balls." Dave Chappelle and Denzel Washington, the only two black men in the Hollywood sphere that, at least that I know of, that gets any respect in, as far as I'm concerned. They're the only two that I can think of that have not been in a fucking dress. Okay. 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 Forrest Whitaker. Okay. I don't remember ever seeing him in a dress, but I mean, if you say Dave Chappelle or Denzel Washington, people are gonna know who that is. Not everybody knows who Forrest Whitaker is. Sorry, dude, but not. Yeah. I mean, hell, your name didn't even come to mind until it just happened to, So, what does that tell you? So, yeah, money. That's why they're doing it. Today's leftist, liberal, feminist, pro-feminine, anti-masculine day and age. It's the money. And anything that portrays heterosexuality, and especially heterosexual males, in a negative light, will get funding, will get spotlight, will get thrown, will get forced upon rapist style on the public, whether they want it or not. And for more oftentimes than not, they do want it. The ones that want it outnumber the ones that don't, seemingly at least. So yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I have to say on that. That's my take on the whole thing. But again, this is why I don't watch TV. This is why I don't watch stuff like I carefully select what I want to watch and what I don't. Yeah. And ever since 2005, when I didn't get rid of it of my own free will, but since I no longer had a TV, I've selected what I wanted to watch, and I can tell you right now, I can't remember the last time I watched any kind of mainstream shit. Apart from The Purge, I did go and see that Purge election year business. That was the last time I did some mainstream stuff, but yeah, simply put, I don't know how to put this, but basically it's like your mind is like a freaking like barrier or a fortress or a force field or whatever the hell. There's a whole bunch of stuff getting coming onto it, but you have to let what goes in there, right? And they can't do anything to you. Like all the shit out here, all of the indoctrinations and all of the societal movings, societal progressions. What is it progressing to? Progressions. Hell, cancer progresses. And stuff like that. None of them can hurt you unless it gets in your mind. And you have to let it in your mind. And one of the ways to do that is to constantly be watching the foolishness that they have out here. Guard your thoughts. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. It's all money. If there was no money in there, then it wouldn't be here. That's my thoughts. Thank you for that question. Later.